Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about vector spaces. This is lecture 1 of vector space. Before studying a vector space or defining a vector space, we have to know two very important definition. The first one is binary composition and the second one is external composition. First, what is binary composition? So, binary composition, first let A be a non-empty set, then a mapping F from A cross A to A is called a binary composition. Binary composition. That is, if A1 and A2 belongs to A cross A, then F of A1, A2 belongs to A also. This is called a binary composition. So if here F is a binary composition. Now what is external composition? Let U and A be two non-empty set. Non-empty set. Then a mapping F from U cross A to A is called an external composition. That is, if Q A belongs to Q cross A, then F of U and A, F of UA belongs to also A. This is the definition of external composition. Now we define a vector space. For defining a vector space, we need a non-empty set, a binary composition on V, a field, and an external composition of F field with V. So let V be a non-empty set and F be a field. Then V is said to form a vector space over a field if number one, there is a binary composition plus on V, which is called addition satisfying number one, alpha plus beta belongs to V for all alpha and beta belongs to V. Number two, alpha plus beta is equal to beta plus alpha for all alpha and beta belongs to V. Number three, alpha plus beta plus gamma, this is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma for all alpha, beta and gamma belongs to V. And number 4, there exists an element theta in V such that alpha plus theta is equal to alpha for all alpha belongs to V. And number 5 is for each alpha belongs to phi, there exists an element minus alpha belongs to phi such that alpha plus minus alpha is equal to theta. Here theta is the zero element of V under addition. And there is also an external operation, external composition, that is, there exists an external composition of F with phi, which is called multiplication by the elements of F satisfying physics C into alpha belongs to V for all C belongs to F and alpha belongs to V. Number 7 is C into D alpha. This is equal to CD of alpha for all C D belongs to F and alpha belongs to V. And number 8 is C into alpha plus beta. This is equal to C into alpha plus C into beta for all alpha beta belongs to phi and C belongs to F. Number 9 is C plus D of alpha. This is equal to C dot alpha plus D dot alpha for all C and D belongs to F and alpha belongs to phi. And number 10 is 1 alpha is equal to alpha for all alpha belongs to phi, where 1 is the identity element in F. Then phi is a vector space over the field F. That is a non-implicit phi which satisfies above 10 condition and F is also a field given is called a vector space. Here elements of V is called vectors and elements of F are called scalars. Now, if the field is equal to set of all real numbers, then V is called a real vector space. Real vector space. And if F is equal to the set of all complex numbers, then V is called a complex vector space. Vector space. Since F is a field, so 0 is a zero element of F, 0 is a zero element of F, and 1 is the identity element of F. Also, from the property V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5, we can say that phi is a commutative group with respect to addition, and its zero element is theta. Now, here is a very easy theorem. The theorem is, in a vector space V over a field F, 0 into alpha is equal to theta for all alpha belongs to V. C into theta is equal to theta for all C belongs to F. Minus 1 alpha is equal to minus alpha for all alpha belongs to V, where 1 being the identity element in F. And C alpha is equal to theta implies either C is equal to 0 or alpha is equal to theta. Let's start the proof of 1. Now 0, here 0 is the zero element of the field F. Now in F, 0 plus 0 is equal to 0 always. Now for any alpha belongs to V, 0 plus 0 of alpha, this is equal to 0 alpha in V. This implies 0 alpha plus 0 alpha from V9. This is V9. C plus D of alpha is equal to C alpha plus D alpha. Here C and D both 0, and from this we can say that 0 alpha plus 0 alpha is equal to 0 alpha in V from V9. Now, since 0 alpha belongs to V, therefore minus 0 alpha, this is also belongs to V from V5. Therefore, minus 0 alpha in plus 0 alpha plus 0 into alpha is equal to minus 0 alpha plus 0 alpha in V. This implies minus 0 alpha plus 0 alpha plus 0 alpha. This is from V2, V3. This is equal to theta from V5. Alpha plus minus alpha is equal to theta. This implies also minus 0 alpha plus 0 alpha, this is equal to theta. That is theta plus 0 into alpha is equal to theta in V. This implies 0 into alpha, this is equal to theta from V4. So this is our proof of 1. Now we can similarly prove 2, that is C into theta is equal to theta for all C belongs to F. How? Theta is zero element in phi. Therefore, theta plus theta is equal to theta in phi. This implies c into theta plus theta is equal to c theta in phi. This implies c theta plus c theta is equal to c theta in phi from phi 8, where alpha and beta both is equal to theta, from phi 8. Now, since c theta belongs to phi, this implies minus c theta also belongs to phi from phi 5. Therefore, minus therefore minus c theta plus c theta plus c theta, this is equal to minus c theta plus c theta. This implies minus c theta plus c theta plus c dot theta is equal to theta. This is from phi 3 and this is from phi 5. This implies minus c theta plus c theta is also is equal to theta from phi 5. So theta plus c theta, this is equal to theta. This implies c theta is equal to theta by phi 4 from phi 4. So 2 is also proved. Now we prove 3, that is minus 1 alpha is equal to minus alpha. Now we have already proved that theta is equal to 0 alpha in 1 from 1. This is equal to 1 plus minus 1 into alpha. This is equal to 1 alpha plus minus 1 alpha from phi 9. This is equal to alpha plus minus 1 alpha from V10. Therefore, theta is equal to alpha plus minus 1 alpha. Now, minus alpha plus theta, this is equal to minus alpha plus minus 1 alpha. This is equal to minus alpha plus minus 1 alpha. This is equal to theta plus minus 1 alpha from V5, and this is from phi 3. This is equal to minus 1 into alpha. Therefore, minus alpha, this is equal to minus 1 into alpha. Since theta is 0 element in phi, therefore minus alpha plus theta is equal to minus alpha. This is from phi 4. So, minus alpha is equal to minus 1 into alpha. Proved. Now we prove 4, that is C alpha is equal to theta for all. No, sorry. Now we prove 4, that is C alpha is equal to theta implies alpha is equal to either alpha is equal to theta or C is equal to 0. Now let C alpha is equal to theta and C not equal to 0. Since F is a field, therefore C inverse exists in F. So C alpha is equal to theta. This implies C inverse of C alpha. This is equal to C inverse theta. This implies C inverse C alpha is equal to C inverse theta from phi 7. C of d alpha, this is equal to C into d alpha. This implies 1 alpha, this is equal to, since C inverse belongs to F, therefore from 2, C inverse theta is equal to theta. This implies alpha is equal to theta. From V10, 1 alpha is equal to alpha, therefore alpha is equal to theta. So, if C alpha is equal to theta and C not equal to theta, then alpha is equal to theta. Controversially, we can say that if alpha not equal to theta and C alpha is equal to theta, then C must be equal to 0. Therefore, when C alpha is equal to theta, then either alpha is equal to theta or C is equal to 0. 4 is proved. So, the theorem is proved. That is all for today's lecture. The lecture 2 of vector space will come very soon. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.